Hello everyone, this is Sid the Baker. Welcome to my kitchen. There's been a lot of talk lately about red velvet cake. Now I've never made red velvet cake, so I thought I'd give it a go. After all, what could possibly go wrong? I've been reading up about red velvet cake and I've come up with a recipe that I think will be just perfect for us. So what do we need? 250 grams of plain flour, 1 tablespoon of cocoa powder, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of bicarbonate of soda, 280 grams of brown sugar, a pinch of salt, a tablespoon of white vinegar, 150 ml of vegetable oil, 200 ml of buttermilk, vanilla flavour, 8 ounces of egg, 100 ml of cold water, and of course the red colour. Now I know there's a lot of ingredients, but they are written down at the bottom of the video, so don't worry. And for the topping and the filling, you're going to need 200 grams of butter, 600 grams of icing sugar, and 200 grams of soft cheese, and also the vanilla flavour that we used in the first one. Okay, now although there's a lot of ingredients in this, it's fairly simple to do. First of all, I'm going to sieve the flour and the cocoa powder and the baking powder and the bicarbonate. I'm going to sieve that all together in a bowl. Right, so next I'm going to add all the liquids together. So put the oil in and the water and the vinegar, eggs and the buttermilk, I'm also going to add the salt and the brown sugar to this, and some vanilla flavour. Now what we're going to do next, we're going to whisk it up, get it all mixed together. Right, so we've got it whisked up, only took a few seconds there, and now we're going to add red colour. We're going to add lots of red colour because it needs a lot, hopefully, to turn it red. Now if it doesn't go red when you've made it, it's not the end of the world. The red colour is purely for visual effect. It doesn't alter the taste one little bit. So don't beat yourselves up if it doesn't turn red. Okay, so we're now going to fold in the flour. Right, just tip your flour in gently, you don't have to be too rough with it. Just fold it in. Gently fold it in. And that is it. That's your flour gently mixed in. Right, I've pre-lined 2 sandwich tins. I've greased the outside and I've put the non-stick baking paper on the bottom. That makes sure the sandwich tins come out easier. These are 7.5 inches wide on the inside. 7 inches or 8 inches will be fine. And just make sure you get an even amount of filling in each one. Let's just put these on the scales and see how close we are. 500 grams in that one. And 500 grams in that one. Now, as always, I've got my tray round about 2 inches from the bottom of the oven, so it'll cook through the tin rather than through the top. And I'm going to leave those in there for about 30 minutes. Now we come to the topping. I've melted the butter Need 200 grams of butter. I'm now going to add the 600 grams of icing and the 200 grams of soft cheese. Couldn't be easier. We're just basically going to mix this together now, and when it's mixed together we're going to whisk it up for a few minutes to get lots of air into it. We're going to leave that to stand now for quite a while until the cake's ready, and that will set fairly firmly, which will hold your cake up nicely. So we've been 30 minutes now, and we're going to try this cake. Now just press the top. If it springs back, it's ready. That one's ready, and that one's ready. I'll just give them 5 minutes or so just to cool down a little bit, and then I'll get them out of the tins. Okay, just flip them out. Because we put the paper on the bottom, remember, they just fall straight down. Just take the paper off. Just put that down like that. And the same with that one. Peel the paper off. Put that like that. Now we've got to let these go stone cold. So my cake's nice and cold now, and my cream is set nicely. That's been out for a while to harden up a little bit. So I'm just going to trim the top of this and just a tiny bit. I've already done that one, just to save a little bit of time. I'm just going to trim that. That's where these big knives come into play. These big knives that are really sharp, they go right through these cakes like hot butter. Okay, so we've got the two cakes now. Now, if these cakes were a little bit smaller, I would actually cut more layers. But as they're this size, I'm just going to put one layer on top of the other. So, we're going to get the cream, and I'm going to put the cream in the middle there. Incidentally, this cream tastes absolutely gorgeous. Right, just spread that on. Generous amount. Now, turn your top upside down. That gives you a nice flat top to work with. Okay, at this point we get the cake board, and we put the cake on the cake board. Now, get some more cream and spread it on the top. That. And then we're going to get some cream and we're going to spread it around the outside. Right, so I've smoothed it all around from the outside and on the top. Now I've just grated a little bit of chocolate with a cheese grate. I'm just going to sprinkle that on the top, just to give it a little bit of colour. Like that. And add a little bit of the cream cheese over, so I'll put it in a piping bag. I'm just going to go around the edge. there it is, ladies and gentlemen. My version of the red velvet cake. Well, that was it, ladies and gentlemen. That was my version of the red velvet cake. I really enjoyed trying that. It's nice to try something new now and again. If you've got something you'd like me to try, just let me know. And if you like what you saw, don't forget, like, share, subscribe, tell all your friends. And I'll see you all again next week. Thank you. Bye bye.